was so proudly we had the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes had bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rugged the monster's gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors that star-spangled banner yet wave. For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening. How we doing?
Evening, Clay.
Oh man, what a day! What a day! And yeah. Anyway, glad to see you came on tonight and made it on time.
Yeah.
Hey, I even managed, even after I visited with you, and even after I texted you, that I managed to get my 25, 25, and 25 in. So I'm making progress, man.
Perfect. You're
Hey.
getting after it, man.
Well, it's like I said, I hit 208 now. I'm like, well, hell, I might as well go to 205, but shit, why not 200? Yeah, let's get down there.
I mean, 308's pretty cool too. I don't know, maybe
Well,
204. Yeah.
You know, I surpassed the 220 Swift. I guess I could say 204. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you get to 204.
But, you know, if I get down to a 200, well, or 190, and I just say that's the grain of a bullet. I don't know.
Works for me, man. I can incorporate gun shit into about anything. So.
Well, heck yeah. So, hey, good evening, Twitter folks over there, fellers and fellettes, I guess. Isn't that the way that
Fellettes, that works.
Yeah, that's the guy on Vice Grip Garage. That's how he says it.
Fellettes?
Yeah, fellers and fellettes.
Ah, funny.
So, anyway, great day out there. I got a lot accomplished. Prayers, though, to some of my family members. As you know, we have some in the hospital, which within 36 hours, all of a sudden, boom, I had my mother-in-law made it home, and I have two other family members sitting in the hospital for various things. It's not serious. We're okay, but I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it wears on you either way. You get a little stress going, and it sucks.
It does, but hey, I guess that's the way it goes. Our freedom raffle will be taking place here, you know, for Farm Bureau. We'll talk about that a little bit later. In a way,
freedom, what you got to watch that.
Well, I mean, shouldn't there be I guess really we shouldn't have a raffle. But go ahead. Let's. Why don't we start this baby out like we always do? Why don't you do us the honor tonight?
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Hell yeah, and it's not up for debate, is it?
Right. You think, hey, Clay, you think people who hate America and burn our flag and put a different nation's flag and hold it up, you think they should have civil rights?
No. And we heard that whole discussion today, didn't we? We were just talking about
we
that.
did. We did have that.
And I'm good friends with Daryl, but I have to disagree with a lot. Well, I'll say, like you said, at the end of the show, he finally said, well, what are you supposed to do? Told Dustin Libertardian. And that's just the way that goes. He thinks he's so damn smart, and he's not dumb. I don't ever say he's dumb, but he's an idiot. He's a moron.
Funny. I like that.
And unfortunately, I couldn't call in because I was sitting underneath my 62 GMC, putting frost plugs, soft plugs. I guess I found out they're technically called core plugs, whatever. I was putting those in today. So I was actually relaxed. That was my relaxing part of the day, just working on the old pickup. So
You are getting into that if that relaxes you, because a lot of people think cleaning guns is relaxing. I don't think it is.
yeah, and I don't mind cleaning my gun. I like shooting, but today was kind of a crappy day to shoot down here, smoky and windy. But
Yeah, I
have to
thought
say,
this morning I come out and I was like, oh, is it going to rain? I opened the garage and I got a whiff of our 51st state there and went, nope.
51st. Oh, territory. We're gonna make them a territory.
Is that what it is?
That's what I want. I don't want them to be a state. I don't want them I don't want them to have 2 senators, any reps. Just let them be a
Wow.
territory.
I mean, if we get like the middle 3 provinces, we'd probably be good. But yeah, you're right. Let's not even take it. Let's not even take a chance.
We're gonna have to take it all or nothing. You might as well just leave
Yeah.
a territory. Let them,
Yeah.
let them whine, complain, take all their stuff, and just
Yeah.
yeah. But all this led to this was about the LA riots.
Yeah.
LA riots. It seems like it happens quite often. I can remember I was in Boise State when the riots were going on in 1992.
In what were you?
Boise State. You know what Boise
What's that
State is?
mean?
So the American Legion puts on this program called Boise State. Every single American Legion club gets to send representatives there, kind of based on population.
Mm-hmm.
And they set it up like a mock state government. So I actually ran for the House of Representatives, was elected, became Speaker of the House.
You did. I like that. Clay Peterson, Speaker of the House. Perfect.
I did. In fact, that's when a lot of the issues were going on the reservations with the Indians. And we had a guy there that was trying to follow, I guess, that.
Mm-hmm.
And I kicked him out of the entire chamber for being disruptive. And he said I was a racist. I said, good. Take that as a compliment. Now I had my sergeant of arms escort him out of the chamber.
Yeah.
I don't care. Calling me a racist or a jerk or whatever, call me what you want.
That's funny.
Don't care, right? And I moved forward. I also ran for lieutenant governor while I was there. We didn't win because talk about DEI, even though it wasn't a thing then, but we got a DEI candidate out of Sioux Falls, and him and his lieutenant governor won, which did not emulate the state, but there was more reps from the Sioux Falls area than anywhere. So guess what? They got elected. But hey, whatever. That's the way it goes.
All right. So tell you what, Clay, what we got on tap tonight. We got the
good show tonight.
According to bowhunting.com, I got the most annoying phrases in hunting, Clay. I think we're gonna kick it off with that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, read through that. I thought it was pretty good. Ironically, one of your magnums kind of relates, and I didn't know this until I sent that to you. That my
I didn't either till I saw that
ammunition plants, and I think it is a thing that we have to pay attention to. Although I disagree with a lot of stuff this guy wrote. So yeah,
because we got one of my mag dumps. We got a big ammunition company moving into another red state here, which is good. And of course, I'm going to update everybody on the gun sales from last month. We're going to see if we stayed above that magic 1 million mark, Clay.
Oh my goodness, 1 million! I love it, million. Yeah. Hey, Trampus, good evening. One shot, good evening. So I see we got the numbers are climbing, but not a lot of people chiming in, but that's okay.
Man, it is a beautiful night again, and I mean, last time we thought it was real nice too, and by the end of the show, it was kicking ass pretty good actually.
Between both Rumble channels, we got 4 to 5 tuned in. So good evening to you guys. And awesome. I didn't even check out Twitch and them. Most of them I think are coming in on Twitter tonight, so that's fine. Don't
forget when you're driving on the interstate there west of Mandan, if you see our sign, lay on that horn. Axe and Lynette, they'll probably sit in a hot tub. They'll hear you beeping the horn over the hill there. So
yeah, hey, Axe, thank you. I'm sure he's listening. I asked him about a little advice on that pickup today, so it's good to know people. One of our sponsors, LAUER Auto, helping me out, by golly. So I have to mention this that this Friday on Mitchell in the Morning, we decided. I mean, I'm still going to send Todd some info and some topics, but we're going to have a call-in show. So don't be afraid to call in. 1-701-258-0550, I think is their calling. I think the 800 number is the same.
Don't even worry about the 800 number.
Yeah, call in and
everybody's got a cell phone now.
Yeah, they do. And ask anything that's related to a legislation that's happening. Maybe as long as it's 2A hunting, shooting, I'm not going to go down any other subject. I'm just not going to do it because we got plenty of other. We got Michael Bell's show, and you've got Daryl's in the afternoon that can take on those other subjects. But yeah, if you want, call in. We're going to leave it open line Friday, just like Rush used to do, right?
Awesome. Awesome.
And if no one calls in, then I guess we'll go with some subjects I come up with.
All right, Clay, should we get it going here? Should we get it going with according to Bow Hunting Magazine here, Clayton, I got the most annoying phrases in deer hunting. So this ain't just coming from a rifle hunter. I got this out of a bow hunting magazine.
I noticed that too. Although I've got a lot of annoying phrases that come out of bow hunters.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. And by all means, you guys got your annoying phrases. Put them in the chats here.
Yeah, put them in the comments.
Yeah, and I will say, a lot of these I do find annoying. So,
well, and I got to mention this too. So while you're over there at YouTube, together on YouTube, go down there and you'll see the subscribe. Hit subscribe if you feel you want to support us financially. You can either hit the donation code right here, or you go ahead and subscribe. I think we've got it set up for like $2.99 a month. $2.99, not $299. $2.99 sign up, and we're coming up with a plan to give you a little extra during that, but it's a way for you to just support us. So go ahead and do that.
Right. If you like the show, you can't afford $3 a month. You didn't even get a notice out on your credit card, probably.
Yeah, just let her roll. You probably got subscriptions to Netflix and other apps that are way more per month that you forgot about. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do it on here, right?
And that's what we're pushing, is because when you like it, then you subscribe to it, share it. It messes up, or helps, I guess you could say, the algorithm. We're learning how to monetize this thing. I learned it from my son, honestly, because he's got almost 15. Well, he's got over 15,000 subs. Checked his account, over $1,000 already.
That's awesome.
He likes to brag how it's less than 9 months and he's kicking our ass.
Yeah, and whatever platform you're on, like Clay says right now, if you got to go, you're not going to listen much longer. If you're sticking around with the whole thing, hit that like, or if you're on X, hit that love button. Absolutely. That helps, guys. I know you don't think it does, but it
does.
Hit it.
Go over there and subscribe to it, even if you leave after that.
Yeah, like Clay said, get that $3 subscription going.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now let's get going.
Now let's get going here. The most annoying phrases in hunting, Clay, and we'll break it down whether we agree or disagree or what you guys think about them. But number one here, Clayton, can't eat the horns. And he's got a little description here about them. This is one that particularly grinds our buddy, whoever Catman is here, a guy on his whatever on his website. Grandpa used to say it back in the day, but for some reason, hunters now use it as an excuse for shooting a small buck they later felt bad about. I do like his description of a lot of these. So I always say this, Clay, and you can give me your thoughts on it. Can't eat the horns. Why the hell did you shoot it then? If you don't care about eating the horns, don't shoot something with horns on it. Get yourself a doe tag and shoot a freaking doe.
Yeah, and you and I actually had that whole discussion on here and on
many times.
Mitch on the morning. And and granted, North Dakota is a little bit different because they force you to get a buck tag. It ain't an any tag, like a lot of states are. You have to shoot a buck tag. Gratis is a little different. I can shoot whatever I want, white-tailed mule deer, a buck, doe, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that I don't sit there and go, I just got to shoot a deer and it's easy. I'll shoot that little buck. No, that's just stupid. Unless it really is a bad buck, and we'll get into that because there's a comment about genetics essentially in here, cull bucks. Just shoot a doe. But yeah, I don't like that. I've always thought that was a stupid term too. Kind of eat the horns. What?
Yeah, can't eat the horns. Okay.
I do hunt antlers. They're not horns anyway.
Yeah. Right.
I always go after the big bucks. I usually have some.
Me too.
That I have seen. It doesn't mean I get them all. I've got 3 that I've ever. Well, I should say I've got 2. The one was just a fluke. So, Eric, horns are a lot easier to eat than antlers. Exactly.
Yeah, ask a dog. Dogs love them.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're not going after the big ones, just get a doe tag. Then why even get the buck? Mm-hmm. I'm with you. All
right, Clayton. Let's move on here to this next one. I have definitely been guilty of this one myself here. Needs another year. He says lots of hunters like to drop this phrase. me included. It makes the hunter sound like a biologist or something. Truth is, he probably needs more than just another year. He's a spike buck. He needs a lot more than just another year. I don't say that about spikes. I say, like, if I see a mule deer that's, high 150s, even low 160s, I mean, I'll be like, ooh, needs another, right? But a spike, I don't even look at spike bucks. I mean,
yeah.
I
don't know. I would love to know what this guy's perspective is. Is he a landowner? I doubt it. Does he hunt other people's land? Does he hunt the public land? I don't know.
He seems like he's a trophy hunter to me, actually, when I read some of these.
Because when you talk about needs another year, I can tell you right now, living here, seeing the deer that I know are on my place, I do know if they need another year or if they need another 2 years or 3 years, whatever you want to call it. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, a lot of people say that and go, yeah, I let him go because he needs another. No, you just suck. You're a bad shot, probably. Yeah.
I mean, most of the time I know right away if I would need another year. Eric says horns are hair, antlers are bones. I did not know horns were made out of hair, Eric. Thanks for that. I appreciate that info, actually.
And, take a look at that antelope. You ever see how they don't weather? It's an outer shell of.
Yeah, I got that one I shot at Scott's hanging in there. Yeah, it slides right off. They're like a freaking.
Yep. Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think antelope ain't those sheds they're pretty much hair or something. They'll disintegrate when they get wet. So.
Travis Jensen says, give him another year and a neighbor will shoot him.
That's coming up.
Well, Travis, funny you said that because the next one he's got on here says, if I didn't shoot him, the neighbor would. Yep. Which, Tanner, if you're listening or if you're gonna listen I do say this to him all the time. Here's what the guy says here. This is the lie of the devil. Don't believe it. It's a lousy excuse. Maybe the neighbor will kill it, but chances are they won't. Don't get greedy. Stick with the plan. Yeah, I mean,
yes and no.
Like if it's in the 170s, man, I'm shooting it. I'm not letting it go.
Yeah. And I would say that generally the neighbor will shoot it in my area. It'll be somebody who's from way the hell out of here that doesn't even know where he's at. He put in for the 3F2 tag, and he'll shoot it on the public access land because, my God, I got to get one.
Yeah. I mean, if it's borderline clay, and I get this saying, if I didn't shoot in the neighborhood, if it's a nice deer, yeah, but I mean, if it's not and you shoot it, just,
yeah.
Anyway, next one. Let's go on to the next one, Clay.
Well, and let's remember, a nice deer to me is not the same as to you, as they might be to Eric. What's a nice deer, right? Right.
Like you say, the land you got to hunt and what you see, and I mean, the older I get, the more I do agree with that. So the next one he's got here, that's a call buck, and he says classic excuse to cover ground shrinkage and any lingering regrets about the buck he just killed. Go ahead, Clay.
I'll take lead on this one. So, okay, call bucks. That's probably true for somebody that, had a lot of ground shrinkage because they got excited and they took their deer, right? Be proud of what you got. But when I take a call buck, I already know what I want to take. I know he's on the place.
So what's a call buck to you, Clay? Let's go with that. I'll tell you what I think it is, and you tell me what you think.
I got one of them, or I didn't. I should say I put a guy on one of them. We have some mule deer, and it started with one. And I'm starting to see it show up, and I'm trying to get rid of them. They are 3x2s. That's it. Right. That's all they ever become.
Or a big 1x2 or 1x3 or something.
They get massive, but they're 3 and 2.
Yeah.
And they're kind of elusive, the bigger ones. They're just as smart as any other bigger buck, right? So to me, that's a call buck. I want him dead, and I want all his genetics dead in the herd because they're starting to make great big 3x2s. But I don't want 3x2.
I don't either. I'll shoot one now and then, and I'm cool with that if it's big. But I don't want. See, I think a lot of these call bucks are like dink genetics, and a lot of
some of them are.
I think that's what this guy's kind of getting at with that. Which,
I mean, genetics are genetics, right? It isn't like raising cattle where we can pick and choose. It's it's
call buck to me is like a big weirdo, or like Clay just was talking about. To me, that's a call buck. A call buck to.
That big 3x2, that massive fork is kind of cool, but I don't want a whole herd of them.
No, I don't want to shoot that every year. Like I said, I don't mind shooting those. You know, I've shot a couple big 3x3s, and it's cool. And they're, the Euros are hanging in my in my garage here. But
you like this one here? Let's see if I can get that. There. That's one I got a few years ago. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
Grizzlies Taxidermy. Nice buck. Is he the biggest one? No, but he was a nice buck, and I wasn't going to let him go. And I'm glad I took him. He's a beautiful deer, and typical. But these mule deer moved in. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't want a ton of 3x2s. And I'm telling you, this year, shouldn't even say it. If I see him sitting where he always is sitting, which I just might have to go in there. I might have to get a crossbow license and go in and get him.
Oh, that's cheating, Clay.
Well, because where he usually goes and hides out, it might be in the wrong boundary.
Crossbows are freaking cool, man. I'm sorry. I love shooting my crossbows. I mean, it's a bitch reloading with that rope, but, Eric's callbuck phrase is bullshit. I mean, Wayne Muth kind of said that too, right? Wayne kind of... I don't know.
Like I said, but my definition of a call buck is I want to get rid of that 3x2. I mean, I can see it now. There's 4 of them out there.
Look at this. We got a disagreement person here. Go ahead and get down before we go on here, Clay.
Left leaning 2A supporting moderate here. Well, then you kind of just dismissed yourself. But okay, your video pic makes you look like you support killing fellow Americans. That's pretty anti-patriotic and not a good look for you. Well, you know what, Matt? Fuck you. How about that? I really don't care.
What video pic is he talking about?
I don't know. I really don't know what he's talking about.
Well, first of all, left-leaning 2A supporting Matt, that is an oxymoron because the left doesn't support the Second Amendment. And if you think they do, you're actually a very ignorant person who doesn't live in a world of reality. So you actually don't support the Second Amendment. I actually think you're full of shit, really. But
and I'm in a mood tonight, so the only thing I can think of.
Furthermore, Clayton, I don't think Democrats are Americans, so you can chew on that one too, there, Matty boy.
The only thing I can think of is when I go to YouTube where this idiot made his comment from, you've got the flamethrower going on. And if he thinks that's anti-American, who gives a shit what you think, Matt? Like I said, go fuck yourself, okay?
Yeah, appreciate you to go ahead and hit the thumbs down.
And hit the thumbs down. And, give us a like and subscribe, dickhead. All right.
I love the anti-patriotic thing there.
I just love it with them guys. Obviously, they don't listen to the show because what kind of response did he really think? Oh, I'm so sorry, man. Well, I'll get right on that and change it. Yeah, no, not happening.
It's funny because, I mean, anti-patriotic, Matt, your party is the one who squashes the First Amendment free speech. I mean, that's been proven. Kick people off social media platforms for what they say. I mean, for all I know, you're going to report some bullshit to us onto YouTube, and then they'll kick us off.
He's still here, he says.
And, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment.
He says, seems to me that you don't know the definition. You're right, Matt. You know what, Matt? My definition of a moderate is shut the fuck up. Because take a side, and if you're moderate in any kind of aspect, you are not a conservative. And there's only one way to be a constitutional conservative. If you're anything but, don't care.
Moderate about what? Moderate what? I mean, moderate about what?
I'm not a moderate, so it's a foreign thing to me.
So moderate, let's just let 10 million people come in here illegally. If they're good people, let them come in here. They're not. They came in here illegally. I mean, we should ban this kind of gun and that kind of gun. I mean, that's moderate. I mean, it's just common sense. Yeah. I mean, if Democrats, free speech is cool as long as Democrats control what free speech is, and the First Amendment's cool. Matt, moderate's bullshit, man.
I like what Travis said. Matt's a troll. Matt's party's burning LA. Absolutely. By the way, Travis, I heard you a little bit on Daryl's show today.
Yeah.
He said I was sitting underneath.
Good call in, buddy.
Working on it, so good call in there. But as far as moderates go, I really don't. There's nothing moderate about the Constitution. You either support it or you don't. There's no in between. To me, a moderate is someone who's in the middle of the road. You know what happens when you stand in the middle of the road? You get run over.
Yeah. Let's get to hey Gene, what's up, buddy? Waylon Turner says my boy took a buck out of the herd last year that we called lumber. He was a 2x4. We saw 2 muleys that were pushing upper 170s during youth season, and he said that lumber needed to be taken out. That's awesome, man. I love it. I love that.
It's kind of like that 2x3 or the 3x2. I've taken those kind of deer, and I feel good about taking them. Yeah.
Dougie.
Yeah, I like. He's right, Doug. He's moderate. I'm for the Second Amendment, but you can't have an AR, right?
Yeah, if you're a
Matt,
Democrat and you
Matt,
think,
if you're still listening, do you believe we should have ARs? I want a yes or a no. There's no in between.
you know what he probably thinks about it, Clay? He probably thinks, yeah, for the revolution to get rid of all the freaking scumbag ultra right wing conservatives, and then we got to turn them in after that, and then we can all have single shots again.
Yeah, well, I got news for him. That might not work out so good for him. Anyway, we got.
Yeah, there you go. Here he is.
So
either you suck the felon in chief's dick, or you're the shirt. Christ, you're all ignorant as fuck. No, you're the ignorant fucker, dude, because you think you're Democrat and you can support the 208. That's the one most ignorant thing you can be right there, dude.
That's right. And I knew it would come. I knew we could bring this out of him.
Yeah.
By the way, you don't type worth a damn, man. Don't even really kind of get what you're saying there.
I wonder if the felon in chief is going to have to pardon himself and his family like your hero Mumbles Biden did.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, Antichrist. So I'm the Antichrist. What do I got to say to that? Thank you. Whatever.
I think the Antichrist.
Matt, it is not the first time I've been called that. So whatever, dude.
Matt, thanks for the entertainment, man.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. We haven't had a troll for a long time.
Yeah.
Guys, chime in, man. Tell us what you think of Matt.
Because
we're not going to ban him. We don't do that here.
No, Doug, he sounds like a moderate. Yeah, you sound like a moderate, man. Yeah, you sound like we thought you were a freaking big leftist dipshit is what we thought. And matter of fact, what we thought is right on the freaking bean, dude.
Maybe you
bet you got a freaking Mexican flag above your American flag. In fact, you probably wipe your rear end with your American flag if you even own one, you fucking commie.
Travis Jensen. That's right. You're absolutely Travis. Matt, Trump is doing exactly what we elected him to do. Absolutely. That's exactly what I voted for. Yep.
All right, Clay. I tell you what, I'm going to skip.
Let's get back to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with these next four because they're kind of, to me, irrelevant. Hit list, Buck. I don't hear anybody say that. Do you?
I don't either, and I don't understand the roll call one.
Yeah, observation, sit. I didn't kill anything as usual. Roll call. This is my Facebook favorite. He says.
Waylon says he says oh, that's Matt. I love what Waylon says. Bud Light drinker. Yeah, him and Dylan McCabe. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we're dumb. We're the ones who are in a party and claim we support a right that party actually wants to prohibit. So
exactly,
dude, look in the mirror when you're saying you are absolutely freaking clueless. That's what's wrong with you Democrats. You guys think you might be smart. But you have absolutely no common sense and don't live in the real world. So, and you don't like Jesus, you said there. So don't use his name, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
Hit list, Buck. Yeah, I got rid of that one. I was roll call. This is the one you said you didn't get, Clay.
Yeah, I've never heard.
All right, so he says most every deer hunting group on Facebook has the one guy that's faithful to post it live from the tree stand opening morning and every Saturday. Yeah, I mean. No, I don't.
That must be like, who's out hunting? Yeah. Well.
Okay. I mean, I had that. You're probably right. That's probably what he means by that, right? Stay tuned. Old school TV hunter said this right before a commercial break. And for some reason, there's still. I don't have people say stay tuned.
I don't either.
Got me a freezer queen. It says I shot another doe and wanted to make sure everybody knows about it. Nah, I don't get that either. Do you?
No, and I've never heard that one. Yeah.
We got a Second Amendment queen on the chats, I think.
Yeah, actually. We do. He probably is over there, got David Hogg bent over. Anyway.
Yeah, on the ceiling. It's taped on the ceiling.
Yeah.
On the board, who's keeping score is what he says, right? Yeah, I mean, I seldom hear on the board. This is like a lot of TV talk is what this guy's going with here, I think right now. All right, next one, Clay. I definitely do. This one annoys the shit out of me. If it's brown, it's down.
I have not heard that one. I'll be honest.
Really?
Nope.
Oh God, yeah, I've heard that. Like if it's a deer, it's going down. It doesn't matter what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one, not game changer.
I've heard if it flies, it dies. Meaning pheasants.
So I tell you what, Clay, if you remember, game changer, the person that I remember, Matt, if you're listening, this will put a tingle down your freaking leftist leg. Remember, Obama was the first dipshit I ever heard use this game changer. What's game changer? Right? And then we did the NRA meeting and we were doling the money out. And I remember Jesse said game changer. And I said, don't even use that saying. And he's like, why? I said, because that freaking big-eared freaking pimp half black son of a bitch Obama. He says that.
He was our first half white.
What?
President.
What do you mean half black? Yeah, he was half black, half white, and I didn't like either side of his ass.
That's right. He was.
But yeah, game changer. That I don't like that just because that was a freaking Obama saying. So that's I don't know people who say that this new product is a game changer. Jesse, that wasn't a shot at you. I'm just saying that whenever I hear that saying, it reminds me. You know,
Hey, Rumble folks, I see you over there. Thanks. I see it's climbing. So not ignoring you. Just I cannot figure out their algorithm to bring those chats in. We'll get it figured out someday.
All right, so next one here, Clay. He would have been a monster next year, which is kind of like the other one we did, right? Earlier here. What the hell?
Yeah.
So what? He'd have been a monster. This is one of the most passive-aggressive comments a jealous hunter can make. A simple congrats would suffice. No, I mean, if somebody says that to me, it's because they probably meant that. I don't think they're jealous of one I shot or anything like that, right? Right?
Yep.
Coyotes have to eat too. I've definitely heard this one. This comment is often made by lazy hunters giving up on a wounded deer.
So, okay. I have heard this one. I actually have said this one probably because but I wasn't lazy. I'd been out there freaking hoofing it all day, and I didn't take the best shot, but he was a big buck. So that was my fault. And he went on the land that I wasn't allowed to hunt, and they wouldn't let me hunt. So yeah, I said, well, I guess coyotes. I told that guy, I guess the coyotes got it.
Well, I was kind of guilting him there, anyways. Not really.
So I didn't say it because I was lazy. I said it to kind of make the guy, feel stupid.
So we don't got too many left here. I think we got about 4 or 5, but we'll get to it. And then we got to go to our first break. I know we're overboard because we got going back and forth with freaking.
We're not on radio. We can take a couple breaks later.
Ass hat. I mean, Matt, we got going back.
Dumbass.
So the last day buck, when you get down to the last day and all your goals, standards, and aspirations go out the window. I did that. I think the second year I got back into deer hunting. I do detest that saying. That is definitely a pet peeve of mine. I got to get some, or what I would put that in with is you got to have meat for the pot.
Oh, you got to have meat. Oh.
Hey, Trampus, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Trampus. Appreciate that. Hey, Matt, why don't you go do the same? Contribute. Why don't you?
We didn't delete shit, dude. I don't know what you wrote on there, Matt. We don't delete comments, buddy.
I haven't deleted anything.
What deleted it was you probably said something vile, and YouTube deleted it because that happens even on X. Old Elon will even do that to you. So we don't delete shit.
Nope, we do not delete comments.
We're not like Democrats, like your party. We don't delete people's First Amendment rights.
We believe in all.
What? I'm the party of freedom and rights. No, you're not. You guys, Matt, you know what you think? You think the Bill of Rights is an outdated piece of asswipe is what you and your party think. So don't get on your fucking high horse about freedom and liberties and a bunch of shit like that.
Right.
You guys are phony AF when it comes to that.
And if anybody knows, that's true. We do not delete comments. We just don't do it.
Gene, Barget powder is a game changer.
Hey, we're going to talk about some of that stuff later.
Eric says if it's brown, it's down, refers to the toilet.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, Clay, next one here. This one annoys the shit out of me. It always has. Not just for deer hunting. I've actually heard this from coyote hunters more than anything. Dirt nap.
I know.
Are we killing critters or just putting them down for a nap? This was once a turkey hunting phrase, but it seems to have slipped into the deer lingo as well.
Go figure. Come from a turkey hunter.
Why does that bother you, JD? I don't know. I just think it's a stupid freaking saying. That's all. Dirt nap.
It doesn't necessarily bother me, but yeah, it's kind of like whatever, man.
Yeah,
that one doesn't bother me. This one I don't get, and I've never heard.
I'm not even going to use this one. It says run. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'll read the damn thing. Run, he says. The use of run or running as opposed to actually saying you use or are using a product or piece of equipment. This seems to make hunters feel like they're a pro bass fisherman or a NASCAR driver. I've never heard that, and I don't really get that either, Clay. Probably because I'm an uneducated knuckle-dragging right-wing gun nut, right, Matt?
That's right.
This one, too, I can't stand, Clay. Put the smack down on him. You just shot a deer and enough with the pathetic warrior face paint. You're in a $5,000 fiberglass blind. My daughter can make that shot. This court is Glenn Haddock or somebody says.
$5,000 fiberglass blind. I guess
That's a nice $5,000. That's a nice. That's a hell of a nice blind for $5,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know the SmackDown. I definitely hear that one. Usually, I don't know if anybody's from the South. I'm not trying to offend you, but I usually hear Southern people say that one.
Yeah, and that's a lot more expensive than my red Toyota 4-wheel drive. I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
So next one here, Clay. He's not a trophy, but he will do. It's kind of like that other one we got back here. Shaving the buck you killed is pathetic. You killed it. Be proud of it. There's no need to make excuses for its size. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I've ever really did that. I don't know if I shot him. I mean, I was disappointed. It's a couple I walked up on, but I never was like, this thing sucks. And
I've never said that, honestly. It's kind of, I might have said, well, it isn't the one I was after. That is a true, but that's
or I mean, I've definitely said, man, I thought he was bigger when but you know what? I put the antlers on the wall and I eat the sucker. So
there you go.
All right, next one, Clay. Yeah, I like this. This one I've heard. I don't know that I've ever said this. I've been with people who have. It's true, though. He says, hit him a little far back. This is a classic phrase uttered by the hunter that struggled to admit he just gut shot a deer. Yeah, if I hit him in the gut, I mean, you hear that thing just go, look, and then you're like, oh, shit, it's gut shot.
I think the only time that you see it when you're with someone, if they hit it a little far back and they spine it, then it goes down, but doesn't take care of the job. But, yeah, most time it's a gut shot, and, yeah, there's nothing more to say about it. That's usually what it is.
Yep. All right, we're down here to the last one here.
Now, Jamie, I despise this one.
You despise it? Man, I don't say this too often. I think I might have used it in a text around 2012, but other than that, I'm not a fan of it either. But I don't despise it. It says big buck down BBD gets used pretty loosely these days, and this is what this guy's saying, and understandably so. A big buck for one hunter may be considered a small buck by another. No big deal, but for some reason, the simplified use of BBD is particularly annoying. So this gentleman here who wrote this article, Clay,
very annoying to me. Me and him we could have a BBD.
I mean, can you explain why it does, or it's just something that bugs you? Just kind of like me and the dirt nap shit.
Yep. There's no reason for it. It's just like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. I mean, I'm glad you got it. I don't know. I just, for some reason, that term really annoys me.
I think I usually just say buck down, not big buck, even if it is a pretty big one.
The first time it got sent to me, BBD, and I was like, okay, I don't speak in acronyms, so
big butt.
I wrote back. I go, what the hell does that mean? Yeah, big butts, man, whatever. But and then they explained it. Maybe that's why it annoys me so much, because I hate this texting thing deal. Mm-hmm. Oh, now he's getting his buddies.
Oh yeah, we got another guy in here. Andrew Killer Miller. So when are you two A-folk going to get out and put down this government tyranny, kidnapping citizens, deploying the military against Americans, building a mega database of every citizen, every detail?
Ooh.
Why we don't have to now, right? Biden's not doing.
Yeah, exactly.
The government's doing its job against anti-American scumbags, Andrew. Kidnapping citizens? No. The government's going in and snatching up freaking illegal aliens here, me boy.
It's funny with Andrew. He's coming through on our restream side, but when I go over to YouTube to check it out, boom, he's not there.
Yeah, okay.
So check out
deploying the military against Americans. Well, Andrew, when Americans start throwing rocks at cops and ICE agents doing their job, getting illegal alien scumbags out of the country, that's not the military going against our citizens. That's the military going against anti-American pieces of shit, dude. That's what it's doing.
Oh, hey, Dan, good to have you from the western edge over there by
building a mega database of every citizen. Remember we did the story? Joe Biden had the FBI. Anybody, they were on the actual internet. Whatever you posted pro-2A shit, Biden had a freaking little folder on you electronically, Andrew. You guys don't even know what the fuck you guys' own party did. That's how fucking ignorant you are. You probably got a 4-year degree and an IQ of fucking 160, but you're fucking as smart as a goddamn rock to me, you stupid fuck.
Amen.
Matter of fact, yeah.
I can't even add to that.
Throw that rock up in here and let it come down on your fucking head. Good evening, Dan.
Yeah, Dan, if you're late to the deal here, we've got a couple trolls and we're having some fun with them.
The Supreme Court called what illegal, you shit stain? Guess you're just a bunch of pussies. Yeah.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah, I
come
guess
on out
we are.
here. My address is down here in Morristown, South Dakota. Come on out and let's see who the pussy is. You text me here and send it to Guns at Guns in the 701. I'll give you directions, buddy.
He hates Biden as well. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't.
No,
Stick
you
around.
don't.
You'll get triggered and all of a sudden start bitching about Trump and how great Democrats are, just like the other dipshit did.
But
yeah, Clay, we're way past our break. Andrew,
No.
reload your cannon there. We're going to come back after the break and see what kind of stupid leftist bullshit you got.
yeah, by the way, I do have to go back to Gene's filling our freezers and feeding our family. That was the two that he brought up as far as
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. That's Phil. That's meat for the pot, Phil. And I can't stand those two either.
And I'm guilty of this one. And actually, I've quit using it. And like, oh, I'm eating Tag soup this year. Well, you know what that was? When I'd say that, it mean I really sucked, and I did not fill my Tag when I was out on my. So
I mean, if I had Tag soup, it was probably because I didn't see when I wanted to shoot. Actually, so.
yeah, anytime now when I don't fill it, because I just didn't want to take it.
I like
Andrew,
Dougie's comment. Andrew, what are you doing about the database? Well, maybe you should pick up arms there, Andrew, and then go and do something. Or maybe you're just a big freaking vag.
Yeah, no kidding. So on that note, we're going to take a quick break just for Andrew. Andrew, you think about it real hard with that pea-brain chicken you got.
We
and
might smell something
see
burning if he thinks too hard.
We'll see what you come up with. All right, guys, let's take some sponsors.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
And we are back.
Yeah,
How about that, huh?
we're back. All right.
We're back.
We're going to hit a few of them comments, Clay, and then get to your main.
Go for it. I'm working on Andrew here.
All right. So Travis Jensen says, Andrew, illegals are not American citizens. Just like everything, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, including immigrating to the United States. Yeah.
Excellent. So,
Right. And they came in here. They didn't get any due process. How much due process did the illegals give that gal in Georgia when they raped and beat the shit out of her to death? How much due process did the black mom in North Carolina get when the 5 illegals just shot her dead in her fucking car a couple weeks ago? How about the gal in Iowa out for a jog and they killed her? Or the other kids out in the illegals drunk as fuck drove through an intersection and killed them? How about that due process?
Well,
Kiss my ass.
Andrew don't care about much. I mean, let's bring Andrew up here. Here he is. He's got some kind of an Antifa type flag.
Yeah.
He's a skateboarding punk.
Look at my camera, dude. I'm videoing you. Oh, you like to video people, Andrew? You like to surveil people?
I did try to go in on a back door. I don't know if he's bouncing off of a virtual private network, and it don't really matter. I tried to go in, but you can see what he is. He's a dumbass vegan. Oh, he's he, him, and they, so he doesn't even know what the hell he is. Troublemaker. Yeah, I'd agree. Channel focus is about making, doing, and thinking. Not much, evidently. I tried to go to his link. He's got supposedly a website. Yeah, it doesn't come up. So
that figures.
He's got a whole 33 subscribers, so he's really irrelevant to
You're
the
huge,
world.
Andrew.
Nobody cares. So
you're huge.
Andrew, you know what?
Must be him and his army that are going to take on all his pussies like you and me and everybody listening, Clay.
And I doubt seeing your page and then finding your other stuff and going through your other socials, you definitely don't hate Biden. You might hate everybody. I don't know. Maybe not.
He doesn't hate
You are
Biden.
a leftist. You're definitely not a moderate like your other buddy that was on earlier. So, hey, it was fun. But guess what? You still didn't make a difference anywhere.
No words of Arnie. Stick around.
Yeah, when I went to look and find his IP address, that was interesting. I'll tell you about that off air.
Okay. So Gene says,
hey, by the way, I'll just have to tell him this, Andrew. I'm not the dumb redneck you think I am.
Oh yeah. Well, if you don't agree with,
I might know a little something about this, right, Jamie?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just their. They think everybody stereotypes everybody else, but they're about the biggest stereotypers there are. So, Gene Cox says Clinton brought out the Marines in '92 LA riots.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. And if you remember when in Trump's first term, when the riots were going on there in Portland and Seattle, and Trump didn't bring in the military, and then they bitched at him for that. He didn't bring in the military to help out. And now he did it because whatever he does, the left's going to piss and moan. So it's his second term now. I love what he's doing. Just do what's right, which he is doing what's right. Get it done, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would actually cut the military and law enforcement even more loose, because when you're throwing rocks at somebody like they're doing and the cars are coming by, you easily can kill somebody doing that. If not that, well, they might not kill him. Oh, Ralph, gee, thanks. You didn't kill him. I'm a goddamn vegetable for the rest of my life.
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier when we first came on here, and that had to do with what we were listening to on KFYR today. And I believe Trump did the right thing. If he would not have initiated the military, he's not a stranger to this. Remember, he went through this, and in his first term, and he didn't do it. And he wasn't going to let that get out of hand this time, and he didn't. And guess what happened? All that kind of ended.
Yep.
They may be still out there still having some problems, but nothing like they were. And, it's a double-edged sword. Maybe we should have let California burn. Maybe we should have let LA burn to the ground. And then
they tried that before a couple times, though.
Oh, yeah. In 1992, like I was telling you, 1992.
Yeah, it didn't change nothing. Rodney King bullshit. I mean,
and let it burn.
In the 60s.
The thing is don't pay for it then. We're not going to help you out. You're on your own.
Well, what do you mean? Big Gab says they got all kinds of money. They're pretty much keeping America floating.
Oh, yeah. That's why their deficit's so huge they can't pay their bills.
I got a text here. It says, I've been in 15 countries in the last 10 years. Every one of them wanted my passport when I was coming and when I was leaving. Pretty goddamn simple.
Pretty simple, isn't it?
But not when you want to come here, Clay. Everybody should just come here, and we're the freaking armpit of the world, and everybody should come here and pollute the shit out of it and make it like they want it where they came from.
I noticed that Andrew's not commenting anymore. He must not have liked it when I started digging into the background of his IPs and his stuff. He must not have liked that.
Come back next week, Andrew, you pissant.
Well, I think he thought we were just morons.
You and Maddie. Maybe him and Matt are spoon boys.
Maybe. Throw David Hogg in there, have a sandwich.
He can be the Oreo or the white in the Oreo there. You know how big Hogg is, right, man? He's about like that.
Yeah, he's
Lynette says Andrew's sitting in mommy's basement being a keyboard warrior.
Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe he's on his skateboard. Maybe he fell off his skateboard. That's what he said. He's a skateboarder guy. So.
Hit you over the head with that.
So, don't
break out some windows.
Hey, don't bring a skateboard to a gunfight. Just don't do it.
I was just thinking of freaking Lord Rittenhouse.
Did you see the meme out there that had they put somehow Photoshop Rittenhouse into
Yeah, with the bat signal going up.
that was freaking
I love
it. All right. So here's my main subject, and it's going to kind of relate to one of your mag dumps here, but it has to do with ammunition and why America must reinforce our domestic ammunition production. I don't disagree with that, right? And the way this guy, kind of he's blaming terrorists, he's blaming things. I agree. Our ammunition supply, we got Lake City, we got that's pretty much military, right? And if anything extra is done, then that's where you can get, and that's usually stamped LC on it. I've got a lot of that ammunition. Yep.
Great brass. Lasts a long time.
It's really good brass. And that's who produces for our military, okay? Well, we need to bring more of that home. As we saw, Oklahoma is going to be doing that, right? And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. They do have some issues. They're blaming tariffs. This guy does, tariffs for basically causing some problems, and thanks to them and President Trump. I love how they try the narrative. Tariffs work, and that is my stand. If you don't like it, don't care. Obviously, it did not disrupt everything like everybody saw. I haven't even seen that much increase in prices of the things I'm buying. So tariffs work, and guess what it did? It brought those countries to their knees. They had to come to the negotiating table because we are the number one buyer, okay? Without us buying their products, they failed. China was feeling it really hard. That's why they came to the table, because they're communists and hate us. They didn't come to the table because they're nice guys. It's because we were putting a hurt locker on them. So,
right.
And right here you got Bosnia. I didn't realize this. Bosnia, and I suppose it makes sense. You got a lot of Bosnian ammo manufacturers. Ginix and Gorzada.
Yeah, well, which one over there makes Springfield Armory pistols?
I forget. And yeah, there's not
Yugoslavia.
There's not just ammunition companies. There's also a lot of firearms companies. And that's fine. You know what? If they got to pay some tariffs to come in here, good. They should be. And if you got American companies that are overseas producing, it's like John Deere. It's going to build this big plant. You know why? Because it was going to kill them. Because they got a huge plant in Germany to now pay them tariffs coming in the United States. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some good products out of John Deere for a change. Anyway,
they are made over there.
They are. I know. I own one of their piece of shit.
Zastava, Gene says, is made over there too.
Okay, there you go. So the Balkan town that once applied ignition primers for U.S. cartridges is now paralyzed. Well, I don't care if they're paralyzed. Then make your primers here.
Like they didn't name the kind of primers, though, right?
Yeah, they didn't. So I have no clue who they're making. Maybe Gene can enlighten us. Gene's usually up on some of this stuff too.
I mean, I use Federal primers, and I can tell you where them or CCI. They're made in freaking either Minnesota or I think they're made in Idaho. Actually, CCI Federal's made in Minnesota.
And I use CCI, but I use a lot of Winchester. I've got some Federal, but the majority of my loads are built around the Winchester, which we talked about the difference in primers.
We did.
But they're complaining, 35% 1 week, 10% the next. So what? Even the lower
primers are actually down, Clay.
I know they are. So I've been buying some. Got to stock up.
Agreed, man.
Yes, you got the SAAMI, which is Shooting Arms and Ammunition Manufacturers Institute. It said the United States commercial producers already carry the bulk of the load when it comes to total output. Probably true. It eclipses even the federal government's Lake City Army ammunition plant. And that's true. When you put them all together, they produce more ammunition than Lake City. But Lake City has one specific client, and that's the United States government. So it makes sense that they're going to not produce near as much ammo, and they don't make near as many calibers as the rest of the ammunition manufacturers.
Hold on a minute now, Clay, because they said they're not going to quit making what calibers?
Who, Lake City?
Yeah.
Well, they're still making 308, 223, 556.
And 9mm. Okay, and what? And Clay, what have you and I have been telling people for years to buy? If you buy a freaking AR, make sure 556. If you get a 308 AR, make sure it's a 7.62x51. Yep. Get yourself a 9mm because that's the most common. 223 it's either the second or third most popular centerfire round in the world.
We have been saying that because, like I said,
And I mean, if
I
he
will
runs
never run
out of it,
ammo because I own all the calibers that our military has, and I pretty much own all the calibers of a lot of our, adversaries. So all you got to do is shoot them, take their ammo.
and if you run out of 223 and shit's hitting the fan, it is God's caliber. If you pray hard enough and know the right prayer, a big case of it will drop right out of the air at your feet for you.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do we still have that photo loaded? We do. Here it is.
Yeah,
Jesus
baby.
said, if you don't have an AR-15, sell your garments and buy one. Luke 22:36. Yes, we know that's not the right language, but go check it out because it's kind of fun.
Yeah, and thank you to Rick and Odell there at Signs and Wonders for doing a great
some
job.
more of them.
We do got to get some more of those, actually, Clay. Somebody asked me the other day for one.
We'll have to make some more of those.
Gene says, I think Zastava was a gun maker. Cellier and Bellow, Purvey Partisan are in the Yugo region. Yeah.
Okay,
I've shot SB and Purvey. Honestly, freaking good shooting ammo, reliable, and
Tola and Wolf are Ukraine and Russia. And I guess I knew that's pretty much where they come from. And that Wolf ammo,
I thought that was made west of Mandan.
Wolf ammo?
Yeah.
Wolf auction. Anyway. Okay, so basically, like I said, the shooting arms and ammunition manufacturers, they're basically warning that the U.S. commercial capacity is critical. It's kind of on the edge, and that could be. There's a lot of other things though that affect this other than just the tariffs. And when you start thinking about it, you got foreign countries like China that are providing actual components, which sucks. Why are we buying those minerals from them? Gunpowder, ammo, lead, bull. A lot of these minerals are coming from China, I suppose, because the slave labor, it's very cheap, so it's easier to get. I mean, and this is true. They talked about in China in 2024 that they shut down the exports of the ingredients of nitrocellulose and antimony.
Which you and I talked about, actually.
We did. I think
either on here or on Jay's show.
We talked about a lot of this, and that's exactly what happened, which was affecting our bullets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we couldn't get the hardening element, which is what anatomy.
Yeah, which I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, that's a hardening element for the bullets to make them hard.
They put that in Viagra then?
Yeah, maybe. And this is easy to solve. Open our minds up. The reason we went overseas too, not just price, but the EPA and the governmental regulations closed these mines down. It's just like in the tanning industry for hides or whatever, when you're using animal skin. They have shut that down in the United States primarily. Look at the lead. They've shut down the last lead smelting place. Remember
there used to be one in Oklahoma, and the last one was in Missouri when Obama was there, and Obama's EPA made him shut it down, which actually we should talk to Kramer and Hovind and tell them to open that shit back up.
Get that baby back up.
Because the mine in Oklahoma is massive yet, the lead mine.
We can do this here. We really can. We have to get rid of the regulation and open up our own mines, and yes, then we can have U.S. production. Mm-hmm. And, the military, they're not waiting. As you talked about, they're building a huge new ammo plant for that 6.8. And that's good.
I think that's a waste of time right there, Clay.
I think it is too. But, I mean, maybe if they build the plant, who knows? Maybe when the 6.8 fails, because no one seems to like it, we can convert it and make some real ammo. I don't know. But, yeah. Mm-hmm. And as I said, the plant won't be making your 9mm or your 308 hunting loads, not at that plant. And that's true.
Right.
But Lake City does. Okay. Remember, we have Lake City. Most handgun, shotgun, and rimfire ammo still comes from private companies, not Uncle Sam. That's actually true, but they do contribute anything that's over that. So I guess I do agree with this, that the solution to this is reopen domestic mines. Just talked about that. Get our critical materials, get our critical minerals, invest in smokeless powder production capacity. Probably not a bad idea, right? Do it right here. Support expansion of U.S.-based primer manufacturers. Check. Stop punishing American ammo makers with over-regulation. Absolutely. We just said that. And encourage a private capital and public-private. I do not support public-private partnerships, and I'm not going to go into that whole thing. We don't need the government as a partner. And then just do it privately and then scale up your ammo output. It's that simple. then you're not affected by tariffs. You're not affected by foreign adversaries, which China is, that are controlling our ammunition supplies and minerals. It's that simple. Make it here, produce it here, get the things you need here to make it all, right? Pretty simple, right?
So a couple things, Clay. One of the things Trump mentioned with the new deal with China is we are getting the minerals for everything, the lead and copper and all that. So that's coming back. But yeah, you got to build that up here and at least have it at the ready and functioning until you got to go full bore with it if something happens again.
Absolutely.
And I remember, Clay, we also did a story a couple of years ago. There was a place in Texas that was opening up a primer company.
Yeah.
They said it was going to be like 2 years before. I don't remember what it was, but
I don't either, and I don't know if they got it going.
yeah, I don't either, but I'm going to get a couple. Dan Brown says Springfield Armory has some stuff manufactured in Croatia. True, Dan, because our UPS guy, Sveto's from Croatia, and he actually owns a Springfield Armory, and he said the plant there was freaking massive. He knows about it, which is weird. Sveto owns a pistol, and his sister owns an AR-15, which I'm like, what? You don't own, your sister owns an AR and you don't? No. Gene says, I like the metric and euro calibers from those companies. Okay. Dave Fettig, more lead. Gene says, I like Hornady Frontier ammo. I do too, Gene. That's good ammo and cost effective. Dougie, does Lake City sell their once fired brass again?
That I don't know.
You can get, they do have like them 250 round packs. I think a place in Colorado gets it, but it is once fired, and I think it pretty much is all Lake City.
Okay.
I used to think Lake City was in Salt Lake, but it's not. It's in Missouri.
No, it's in Missouri.
Yeah. I'm like Salt Lake City, right? Yeah, actually, you're a dumb right winger, JD.
Yeah.
All right, Clay. Got anything else to add? We're at 9 o'clock. I don't know. Do you want to? Should we do this other ad?
Wow. Yeah. Why don't you hit the 5? I'm looking up this. I'm trying to find this text.
All right. Let me get this.
Maybe I'll have an update afterwards.
All right. I'm gonna go here to the vids. I know Clay's got all 4. We're going. It's all 4 now, not all 5, right?
Yep. For right now. Yeah.
I mean, we need it to be like all 10 is what we need, really.
Yeah, that's what we really need, and we need more subs like Trampus. So yeah.
Yeah, Trampus, you're awesome, man. I love that. All right, Clay. We're gonna hit them all right here. And we'll be back, and we'll go into the mag dump. Let's just keep it going here with the ammunition thing, Clay.
Absolutely.
I got a story about CBC. Clay kind of hit on it a little bit in Oklahoma. CBC Global.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned. Good news in the ammo industry coming up.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope, chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitution constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
All right, we are back. So, Jamie, the name of that company was Expansion Ammunition. So, they have a YouTube channel. They do not have a website. I'm not sure they're still around. The things I find on here, they're either out of stock. Like Black Basin Outdoors was selling Expansion Ammunition. Everything's out of stock. They did exist. I mean, they truly did. But it looks like to me that it just never got underway. I really can't tell you, because when you go to their website, it's 404, which is the code of it don't exist anymore. The last post they had on their YouTube channel 3 years ago. So
they're done.
Yeah, I think they're
Whoops.
probably not. They're probably not in existence anymore. And that's too bad, because it would have been great to have them out there.
Well, the good news is we got another one rolling in here.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and take it.
Hey, just a reminder, make sure you hit that like button, that heart button on X.
Absolutely.
We need that. You guys hit that.
Let people know if you're viewing it. Go over there. Even if you're not viewing it, head over to Guns in the 701 on YouTube and just like the video or subscribe.
That's all you got to do.
That makes one heck of a difference for us.
Yep. Really, and after you do that, go ahead and get that scan up there, and you can donate $10 a month to Clay and I, or get on that membership Clay was talking about at the beginning of the show, like Trampus did, man.
Yeah,
tell you what, guys, every little bit helps us.
It's the Freedom Seed level that he did, so go check it out.
I like that.
I got different levels. Just there.
I know we tried something before, and Brian Warner got on there for a year, but hey, Brian, get back on. It's cheaper than that was.
Yeah, we're checking. We're doing some different stuff. By the way, we're redoing some stuff on the website. Hopefully, I don't know. I was going to work on it today, but we had too many family things that came up this morning. And I'll basically have these on there. We'll have the cups on there. We have these, but they're a smaller version. They're in olive green. We got a few new products coming there, and you can check us out, and you can support us that way. We don't mark them up a heck of a lot. So the price we got, trust me, it's not that we're getting rich on it, but it does help support us.
Yeah, you guys are buying a new gun every
These
week.
are great. I love these things. I'm telling you, I do.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting for that the one I can drink my coffee out of, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jamie. With Colton being up there, I may end up there here in the next few days. I don't know.
right.
But nothing else. I'm pretty sure I'll be up there next week.
All right, Clay. Let's keep going with the ammunition here. So,
Yeah.
I didn't know that
Yeah, get on
that
it.
this was the name of the parent company of one of these that I knew of here, right?
Right.
So
Yep.
CBC Global is apparently one of the world's largest ammo manufacturers. You know that, Clay? Before you read this,
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
me
read
either.
it and went and looked it up.
supplying ammunition to military, law enforcement, and civilian customers throughout its various brands, which include SSS, CBC, CBC Global Ammo, CBC Defense, Centerfire, and Magtech, which Magtech's only one of them I've heard of.
Magtech,
And
I've used a lot of
we'll
their-
give you a little more in depth when I'm done with this here on what those mean. The new facility is a massive win for Oklahoma, which not one county in Oklahoma voted blue. You are great, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma went red across the board.
Which is sure to boost the state's economy while creating approximately 350 new jobs. And they got a hell of a big facility here, which I'll tell you.
Yeah, they did.
Governor Kevin Stitt, who is a freaking awesome Second Amendment advocate. I'm thrilled to welcome the CBC team here, and I can't wait to watch them grow here in Oklahoma. So according to the Oklahoma Department of Commerce, Clay, CBC Global intends to break ground on, like I said, $300 million facility, which sits atop, and this is huge, man, more than 550 acres. That's big. That's big. So sometime, I mean, damn near a section of land, sometime in the fourth quarter of 2025. With in-house, I think this is the president here, Fabio Mazzaro, president. Yeah, Fabio. With in-house production of all components, propellant, and critical energetic raw materials, we envisage. I don't know if this is the right word. Envisage.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I say envision to build an industry-leading and fully vertically integrated company. We believe that the region's supportive business environment makes Oklahoma an ideal location for CBC USA, which is what Fabio said. Yep. Which probably is, man. It's awesome, man. And so we got a trend here going, right, Clay, across these conservative states.
Oh yeah, when we've been seeing it, and I'd like to add.
Yeah, welcoming firearms and ammunition companies here. West Virginia, Texas, Florida, Arizona, South Dakota, Montana, and Wyoming. That upper Midwest, I mean, we're missing something in there, Clay. What was that? Yeah.
We need to get them there.
Well, I mean, why?
I don't know. I mean, we've actually talked to Kelly about this.
Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact I mentioned this to Hovind and Kramer on when they talk shows a few times. I don't get it, man. I mean, we're a pro Second Amendment state. Whether some people, we got rhinos or we don't got rhinos, we're too many. Doesn't matter. I mean, they still vote for most of the pro Second Amendment shit. So I mean, North Dakota's like top,
right? And I don't know why, because South Dakota, even when I was an NRA rep, we were bringing businesses in. I mean, it's huge. There's a ton of stuff in South Dakota that comes and Wyoming too. I mean,
well, Magpul freaking moved to Wyoming, man.
They did. Magpul moved there. Weatherby moved their whole operation out of California and moved it to Wyoming. I mean, I really can't tell you what the problem is when you look at South Dakota. When the companies come into South Dakota, why they don't go to North Dakota? I really don't buy the fact that there's less people to work in North Dakota than there is in South Dakota in these industries, or that the logistics.
Okay.
I really don't.
Right. I agree with you, Clay. So like. The job, I think Kelly mentioned that, right? Okay.
He did.
Where would you rather frickin' work for a job for $19 an hour? Would you rather go walk around Menards or Lowe's, or would you rather be making frickin' ammo and guns? Nothing against Menards, and I shop at both, but I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's a better.
Exactly. Well, and when you look at South Dakota, I don't know if that's part of it. Maybe it is. There is absolutely no income tax in South Dakota, but there's high property taxes. They're higher than North Dakota. And North Dakota's property taxes suck. But they are higher in South Dakota. Trust me, because when I was trying to buy that piece of land, it was almost triple per acre. So that isn't the issue. I mean, yeah, when you look at the income tax, well, the trade-off doesn't matter because that's on the employee end of it. So I really can't tell you. The only thing that might be something that hinders it is in certain areas of North Dakota, land's going to be really expensive versus South Dakota. But when these companies are moving to the hills, which a lot of them
Yeah, I
do,
mean that shit's got to be
land in the hills
massively
is
expensive.
outrageous. It's definitely competitive with up there, in that Williston
Dave said
area,
he thinks it's
Mossford.
more logistics, seeing what freight looks like being on I-90 is a benefit.
Well, but you got I-94.
I mean, 94. You're a trucker, Dave. You know more than me, but I mean, it's barely out of the way. It's another couple hundred miles, so I don't know if I really buy into that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got I-94 that comes up across right through Bismarck, Fargo, Dickinson. I mean, it keeps going. And then when you look at Wyoming and you got all these companies moving there, I mean, let's face it, there are not a lot of roads in Wyoming.
Your semi can get blown over in Wyoming on a daily basis.
Yeah. And where they locate out there is in the middle of nowhere. So I don't know. I really can't tell you what the
I mean, there's other
reason
companies
is they
here,
don't
though. I
in
mean,
North
as far as
Dakota.
logistics, there's other companies here that make shit. So
Yeah, there is. So yeah, I don't know.
look at here. If Trump said to give your guns up, Republicans would. LOL. No, we wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't. Neither would we. And Trump wouldn't say that.
Right.
So that's just a dumb.
The guy was shot. He didn't tell you to
soldier
give
of
up anything. He
Dixie.
said he's not going to ban guns after he got shot by probably somebody who's on votes
right.
for the same people you do, soldier of Dixie.
Yeah, soldier. Yeah.
Dude says, I can tell
got a
you
different
anyone
name.
hauling into North Dakota or Montana will charge an additional $600 to $700 to get back out of here.
Okay. So I mean, maybe that's it. I don't know.
But I mean, like I
know
said,
that
other companies,
Dakota-
there's other companies here that make shit and they do it. They haul it out and they haul it in.
Yeah, I really.
I mean, is it
honestly, I
because
can't tell you what the reason is.
what's the shit that the regulations they put on gunpowder and shit?
Well, and if that's the case, then the legislature needs to pull their heads out of their rump and make it happen.
I'm not saying Dave knows way more than me. I'm just wondering why.
I mean, if things exist, then let's eliminate those hurdles like the other states. There's no reason not to have a major gun manufacturer or major ammo manufacturer in the state of North Dakota.
There's not. I mean, look at Connecticut. There's people, savages still there. What the F are you doing in that shithole, man? Oh, we can't move our factory there. And really, freaking Smith & Wesson moved the fuck out of Massachusetts. So,
hell, Henry's starting to branch out. I think you're going to see Henry. I don't know if
they might
leave New York.
I mean, they might have a Republican governor there, so it might. Anyway, let me get a little bit more into. I mentioned the CBC's, the MagTech. I'll give you a little rundown here of what each one. MagTech, which I've shot pistol, and I actually had some 308 ammo that wasn't too bad. One of the most successful ammunition brands in the world, MagTech has built its reputation on quality, consistency, and reliability. From sport shooting to self-defense, as well as tactical to law enforcement applications, MagTech offers a wide variety of products for every need. Centerfire. I actually have tried the Centerfire stuff, I think. As a global leader in lead-free frangible bullets, Centerfire continues to innovate for law enforcement, government training, and sport shooters since 1998. Centerfire has developed high-performance green projectiles. Here what Soldier Dixie probably shoots a green ammo, ensuring safety, reliability, and top performance. So the CBC Defense here, Clay, which I didn't know this about. So this is probably a world leader in ammunition for portable weapons. Whatever. I suppose rifles and handguns, right? And squad weapons. One of the main suppliers to NATO, which I didn't know. CBC is a premier defense brand in the small caliber segment. CBC products are used globally and contribute to the protection and security for millions of people worldwide. That's impossible. Guns and ammo don't protect anybody. They just kill people. Headquarters of CBC Global Ammunition. CBC Brazil was created in 1926, which I would have never guessed. I mean, Brazil now is an anti-gun shithole because the leftists took it over. They're one of the Soldier Dixie's buddies. And Matt and the other dipshit earlier. Has evolved to become one of the largest ammunition companies in the world. CBC holds the status of strategic defense company and is the primary supplier to the Brazilian military and law enforcement agencies. And one more here, Clay, the SSS CBC. Were they supplying the Germans there, or what? The SS?
Yeah,
founded in 2017. There's one SSS CBC is committed to innovation and high quality ammunition for armed forces and law enforcement agencies. The company integrates deep design thinking, precision engineering, and operational excellence to set new benchmarks in defense technology, serving both India and global demands. I mean, India's citizens can't own guns, but they probably got a massive military with their population. So, they probably make a shitload of money there, right?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah. So that's awesome, man. They're coming to Oklahoma. Megtech's probably there. You go, Dave. You might be hauling freaking straight up from Oklahoma up here some CBC, or not some CBC, but Megtech.
So Gene asks, he says, is Black Hills Ammo still there? Yes, they are. They still have an operational website. Not only that, currently all branches of the U.S. military purchase match 5.56 ammunition from Black Hills Ammunition. And I knew they'd done some contracts before, and it sounds like they still do. Law enforcement agencies nationwide rely on their ammo as well. I mean, you read through everything they go. Fire manufacturers use ammunition for testing during their own development, including Armalite, Beretta, Browning, Cimarron, Colt Manufacturing, Colts Defense. So I'm just kind of going through all of the things they do. So they are still there, and they offer everything. I mean,
the 77 grain, like the special for, like the SEALs and Delta Force and all that shit. They use the 77. I mean, the regular military might use them now. The 77 grainers, because I know they were way more effective towards the end of the GWAT. They were using them over there, and I mean they were way more effective at a longer range. And I think Black Hills says that at 200 yards, that 77 grain open tip match has to shoot. I want to say he said 1 inch, because I know they advertise on one of the gun podcasts I listen to. They should do it here, but
yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, Black Hills. I mean, Gun City was open here, man, and you could still get like the 50 rounds of soft point Black Hills for like 11. I think it was $11.99. I remember that, and I just had a pile of that shit, and it shot great, and it'd blow the hell out of prairie dogs. It was great.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking. Everybody, it looks like they got around 70 to 80 people working there the way it looks. So
I mean, not sniffing CBC's 350,
are.
But you'll take it.
That's right.
So what's Dougie say? In North Dakota, if they'd offer discounts for employees, they probably wouldn't be able to produce enough to sell to the public. Yeah, right. Like they'd buy all the freaking ammo up for the guns for the employees.
Could happen.
Funny.
And by the way, Henry, like I thought, they are. They remember they built
Wisconsin.
that place in Wisconsin. So
you and I were like, I don't know if that was a good move.
I would have moved farther west. Keep going to west. Yeah. But compared to New York, they
jump
probably
a state. Don't go to Minnesota.
Jump a state.
Don't go to Minnesota.
Yeah,
they got all kinds of them.
No, I like Black Hills ammo. I've shot a lot of Black Hills ammo. It was, and the big thing about them is they were a huge supporter of our Friends of NRA banquet.
But Ultramax wasn't, you said, right?
Ultramax was not. I don't even.
Nah, they burned up and they never. I mean, it was kind of rumored that he started it on fire.
Good assholes. They would not support the NRA bank before NRA. So
I wonder why.
Them. I don't know. They never give me a reason. They never, just like Dakota Arms didn't either. I actually got run out of there. But I
really
was pretty new then. Just went and I was introducing myself as a rep, and they like, oh, you're at the NRA, you get out of here. I was like, really? Fine, you commies, I'm out of here. I never went back.
What were they like, freaking Obama, freaking gun owners for Obama supporters or some shit?
Have no clue. I have no clue because they wouldn't talk to me at all. I mean, I was brand new. I had just took the position, and I'm like, wow,
where's that at?
Well, whatever. Well, at that time they were located outside of Sturgis. I don't know if that's still where they are. But that's
what kind of guns do they make?
Oh, high-end kind of custom stuff. I mean, I think they did have some production models. I didn't know that much about them, and I never learned because I didn't care after that. But I almost think they got bought out. I don't believe they are Dakota.
Remember that happened to that gun company in Montana. Their owner was nobody needs this much, and he pretty much, if you own a freaking AR, you're a piece of shit kind of guy. And I think they got so much backlash that he got run out of owning the company, and the employees bought it. I mean, they are accurate, right? Cooper Firearms.
That was Cooper Firearms. Yep, they come out and they even gave money to the Democrat presidential candidacy. That was an anti-gunner. I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can pro-gun Democrat play.
Well, you can do it once. And
yeah. Then the guy who had Kimber, he was the same way, right? And the guy who used to own Kimber, he was a big leftist and bitch about And Kimber makes freaking cool guns too.
And, trying to think which gun company exactly. He's the guy that started the backcountry homos.
Yeah, that's a guy from Kimber, I think. That he tried to run for governor in Montana. You talked about him on Todd's show. What was that dumbass's name again? Gary Busey or not?
Dumbass.
Gary Bussey or something. Not Gary. Gary Busey's a Trump guy, but high sausage and cream or whatever the hell he said there.
Yeah, it's interesting to see some. When you're a gun manufacturer, you honestly, regardless of what your private, ideology is, you don't have the luxury of saying it or supporting somebody that's opposite of the Second Amendment. You want to lose. I mean, look what happened. Look what happened to Smith & Wesson. Okay, when they came out and they started supporting the Clinton initiative. Yep. Remember that back here in the late 90s? Of course, they were owned by a Britain company. Then they got sold several times before Safety Lock bought them. Yeah, and now they're back.
Yeah, and right? Jason Smith testified before Congress. I mean, we read the letter on here. He pretty much kicked the anti-gunners right in the freaking crotch. It was great.
Yep.
Yeah, buttered sausage. That's what he said. When I say sausage and cream, yeah, buttered sausage. That's what I don't even know what the hell buttered sausage is, man.
Brian Warner, I know you were listening. What's the deal with buttered sausage?
I tell you what, I know a guy, Clay. He grills a steak and he has butter there, and he cuts pieces and he dips the steak in butter.
I can tell you that is very good. I've tried it. Yeah, even takes those. Have you ever heard of sous vide your steak? I don't even grill it anymore because that is the way to do it. And then you take it and you lightly just drop it in a pan of butter, both sides. If you want the grill marks, take it out on your grill, get a little grill smoke and a little mark, and it's perfect.
Think of it this way then, Clay. You're supporting the ranching industry and the dairy industry when you do that.
Absolutely, and we make our own butter here. So
yeah, sure.
Right? Our steak, our butter.
Sure, butter, man. It's awesome. What?
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. It's almost a half hour, and of course we, been kind of going long. Why don't we take a quick break, do our two, and then we'll come back. And I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you about gun control and how it just got blown out of there. Hey, someone scanned our QR code. Thank you very much.
Love you.
Appreciate that. All right, here we go. We're going to do some bill paying, and we'll be right back.
Located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308. 258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
All right, we are back. And like I was telling you, I'm going to talk a little bit about the U.S. gun control. Just kind of getting blowed up. I don't know. Did you read this at all, Jamie? I love what happened here.
I tell you what, Clay, I did, but
Pull your mic down, by the way.
thank you. Thank you, sir. I did, but I'm not remembering it right now. I apologize.
No problem. So, as everybody probably heard, and it's funny, I remember hearing this story. 9 shot at a school shooting.
Oh, yeah,
all I
okay. Now
heard.
it's jarring my memory. Yep.
Remember that? And they didn't tell us that this was in Austria at first. When it first hit, I mean, let's face it, if they know it hit, they know where it hit at. But no, they weren't talking about that. Even on the radio, I wasn't hearing it. But so in Graz, Austria, there was a school shooting. And of course, we all know, remember, what's the argument? We need to have stricter controls. We need to have
registration,
waiting period, registration. We have to also go in there and make darn sure that nobody under 21 can have them. Just pick your gun control myth, and everyone wants that. Well, so here's what happens over there. The attack was at the Borg. Driver shoots them.
I was waiting for you to try and pronounce that one. That was pretty good, actually.
High school. It claimed 9 lives. The alleged, they say, but I call him the killer, the piece of shit killer.
Oh, big time.
He took his own life. And the details about the shooting were revealed on the BBC, British Broadcasting Cable Company, I guess. And, of course, traditional gun control arguments now are kind of in doubt.
Register them guns. Background check, waiting period, like you said.
And basically had Alan Gottlieb out there. He was with the CCRKBA, which, if you guys don't know what that's, it's the Citizen Committee for the Right and Keep and Bear Arms. They've done a lot of good stuff too. So I'm not
super smart guy, an attorney.
Yes, he's really good. He says, what we have asserted from various reports now is that the shooter used 2 illegally obtained firearms. Really? 2 legally, not illegal. 2 legally obtained firearms. And gun ownership in Austria requires registration. Purchase involves a 3-day waiting period, and handguns may be purchased only by people over the age of 21 who hold a firearms license. That's the utopia that all the leftist Democrats.
Colorado just passed a bunch of that in a couple other states, right? Clay, the 21 shit.
Absolutely. Yeah, the 21. So it's probably going to be overturned under Bruin, but we'll see what happens.
Goddamn Trump judges.
It'll take a long time to go through there. Yeah. So, as he said, this tells us that the gun prohibition lobby is absolutely wrong when what they argue, things like waiting periods and gun registration, prevent these strategies. The 21-year-old scumbag, he reportedly used a handgun and a shotgun.
I like that.
And he had a firearms license on top of it. So that just actually, when you look at that, that kind of goes right there and says that the idea that licensing and waiting periods and age limits don't work, right?
Well, it settles it, Clay. You got to turn all the guns in, or it's going to happen again.
Yeah, exactly. So a report from the BBC also explained that in Austria, anyone wanting to own a firearm must provide a reason for purchase. And when I hopped over there and was looking at some of this information, they're right. Yeah, you basically have to give a reason. The reason can be sports shooting or self-defense. Okay.
Do you think you wrote mass shooting down on there, Clay? Like anybody's gonna fucking do that?
I bet he passed on that. I bet so, yeah. You know, and that's unlike here. You know, we have the Second Amendment. It protects our right inherently. It's been basically DC versus Heller, and the Bruin decision even affirmed it even farther. So we don't need a reason to buy a gun. We just don't. If I want to buy one, I can buy one. And I like what Gottlieb said here. He says, what we do know is that restrictions on gun ownership in Austria, did not prevent the attack. And calling for such restrictions on gun ownership in America now as a means of stopping these tragedies has now been proven that it doesn't work, because we just saw it not work. They have these things that they want. They do not work. And I like how he put this out there, and I agree. He says, we got to all realize that the ultimate goal is elimination altogether. And that's what you and I have been saying for years and years. This is a way, it's a means of the way, right? They do not care about us owning firearms. They don't want us, but they want to chip away with a little bit of regulation, calling it common sense. You got to do this because it saves one life, blah, blah, blah. No, their end goal is total elimination of private firearms.
Oh, that's hyperbole, Clay. That can't be. We need Matt's common sense back in here from the beginning of your show to straighten you out.
Oh, yeah. You got to get that one and Dixie and all.
Andrew, was his name Andrew?
Andrew. So, anyway, I just thought that was a pretty good one. It kind of tied into some of the stuff.
It was. It is good. I mean, the liberals, the leftists will just blow right over that and you know, find one that fits their freaking narrative. And as far as if it just saves one life, Clay and I have said this before, but it's worth repeating. Guns save people's lives and defend their lives over 1 million times a year. It's been proven.
Way more.
I mean, I'm giving the low end on it here. So if it saves one life, leave them legal. What does Dougie say here? For any and all lawful purposes. That's right. That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right, Clay. You got anything more to add? Do I hit my last meg dump here?
Not on that one.
All right,
so just dump that baby on us.
Anybody who's been watching and listening to Clay and I for the last damn near 3 years here, we've been doing this for a couple years now. The monthly gun sales, right, Clay? It's been over 1 million for a couple years now. We want to keep it there. We want just right. So as the country's shifting gears heading into summer here, guess what, Clay? Gun sales remain historically strong, baby. Over 1 million sold at FFLs just in May. Good news. How many is that, JD? Yeah, hold on here. I got to read Gene's. Gene's, I'm going to put this up there because this is freaking great. Yeah, Gene's always got a lot of good wisdom here. If it saves one life, deport. And as I said earlier, when I got freaking heated up there, it will save more than one life, far more.
Way more.
Dave says, I've seen a Form 4 that said for reasons because chicks dig it. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I like that. Yeah. Fuck, you don't need a reason, man.
Don't need a reason.
All right, Clay. So, at least 1,998,440 federal background checks were processed through the FBI's National Instant Background Check System in May of 2025. A number that is statistically flat when compared to May 2024 figure of 2,505,000. Right, so pretty much, right, like I said, it's flat, pretty much right on the beans there with it. So we went over 1 million again.
And that's the important thing. It's over 1 million, but
yeah, so it's been over 1 million a month, Clay, since July of 2019. So let's get that baby up to 6 years, man. Six, that'd be awesome, right?
I mean, that's awesome that we've been. That's consecutively over 1 million. Now it has fluctuated a little, but it's still over
right, Clay. It's not a 1-to-1. We bought a gun, we got one check, right? Because if you explain this better than me. If you got a concealed carry permit, Clay, that doesn't count in this, right? In 28 states,
right? So yeah, if you've got a concealed carry permit, such as in North Dakota, you don't have to do the 4473 because you're already approved. and that's 28 states, and that has increased. That's increased even since 2024. So when you start looking at these numbers, those aren't included. Plus, private sales aren't in there. So honestly, you could be seeing more guns being sold, but they're not reported because they don't have to go through the actual 4473 process and get an actual NICS background check. And you got 28 states. That's over half the states. Now, let's face it. Those states
wait a minute, Clay. Obama said there's 57 states.
Yeah,
you know, Mr. Intelligence, high IQ, man.
Obama also said he's the first black president.
Yeah,
first
half.
White president.
Yeah. You guys are racist. No, we're not. Get real. Clay's telling the goddamn truth.
It's a fact.
100%.
So
100%.
But anyway, but over 1 million. Let's face it, over 1 million background checks have been performed. And let's remember, there's multiples on some of them. I know. I mean, I've done it. I've bought multiples, and what are you going to buy more than one? Because I wanted to. I want to. Sometimes I might want to buy 4.
Because Danelle digs it, man.
Yeah, because chicks dig it by scars.
Yeah. Dougie says, "You think the numbers will go up after the riots? I bet they will in Cali." Much to the chagrin of old Slick Newsom there.
Yeah, Newscum.
Newscum, I mean.
He makes stuff, yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm loving this fact that since 2019 we've seen over 1 million NICS background checks.
Love it.
Which could be multiples. I mean,
I love it.
Think about it, even if 1% of those are multiples, holy cow, that just boom, the number goes up, don't it?
And I hate to say it, but I mean, even Democrats were buying them during the 20s.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I mean, probably revolvers, like a Taurus revolver, probably. I think probably. I said that because Dave put Taurus in the comments. They claim they got everything straightened out with Taurus. I don't know. Dougie and I did that review on his Taurus 38.
I don't know what this one meant. Do you?
No. It looks like a scammer because they spelled store wrong. You got it with some leftist.
And I've never heard of that guy. So yeah, whatever.
I'll tell you what, Clay, let's go right in to the happy ending because we got to talk about a special guest coming up. 2 of them, actually.
Yeah, and I can use, I'll use this one probably for Todd's show. We don't need to use this one tonight.
Okay. So, short and sweet, Chicago, Illinois, 28-year-old. This has Happy Ending Chronicles here if you don't know what that is. Chicago, Illinois. A 28-year-old garbage truck operator was working around 5 a.m. on January 31st when 2 scumbag pieces of shit approached him, Clay. I added that in there.
I love that.
Showing a gun and announcing they were robbing him. The man, Clay, however, love it, was armed as well and seeing their gun fired at the would-be robbers, striking one of the scumbags in the head and killing him and striking the other in the neck. That's some fine-ass shooting right there.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Head and neck shot and under pressure. Critically injuring the other dipshit. Charges are pending against the surviving suspect. Yeah, well, you know what's going to happen. He's probably in a hooshka now because I was in January. You know what, Clay? I want to say we got this a while back out of somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we did, but I don't know.
It's worth repeating.
It's worth repeating if we did.
I think
we do so many of these that it could happen.
I enjoyed reading it again. Like I said, that's some good marksmanship. When guy pulls a gun on you first, and then you pull out and get a melon shot on him and then hit the other guy in the neck. Maybe it's carotid. Cleared out some plaque in him, probably. Yeah.
Done.
He is now Dave says, buy more gun at one time, saves paperwork. Support the paperwork reduction. You're saving trees, man. Yeah, come on. Love it.
And 1760 Sports can hook you up, man.
Yeah, he can. Absolutely. So, Clay, July 2nd, which is Wednesday, right? We got 2 special guests coming on there. And what are we going to call that show?
Why don't you tell them?
I think
you came up with it. I'll let you take full
We're
credit,
calling out the All-American Outdoor Show right before Independence Day, America's birthday, Clay. And who do we got on as our guest that night?
Well, we're going to have Governor Kelly Armstrong, probably our most pro-Second Amendment governor we've probably seen, if they just get him some bills to sign. And then, of course, we got Scott Buckmeyer, Dakota Prairie Outdoors.
Yep.
Should be a good time. Scott, generally do a 4th of July show on Saturday, so we asked him if he'd come on, join us, and I think it's going to be a fun show. And reminders, everybody. I know there's lots of questions for Kelly on a lot of different stuff, but we're just getting together on this one to talk guns and shooting and hunting because that's what we all like talking about. And I'm not going to bust his balls about things that I seen. Trust me, I've had conversations with him, especially on the gratis tag with Antelope. But,
yeah. I think what he's got for sure, Clay, he's got. We were texting you and him and either. He's got a couple new guns. He's going to kind of give us a rundown. I think a 7mm PRC, and I don't remember the shotgun.
He likes them PRCs, don't he?
He does. Yeah, he does. That's why I say the 6.5 PRC is a governor's gun because his Kelly told us that he had one gun to take all around the world, and he has hunted around the world.
Yes, he has.
He said the 6.5 PRC is what he'd take.
Yep. And I know that we'd visited a little bit about pheasant hunting and stuff with him, but who knows? We'll see what this fall brings. I'm thinking we might be able to get together with him this year.
Yeah. So it should be a good show. I know if you guys go out camping that night, hey, you can get us anywhere you got service, throw it on. You got some gun related, hunting related stuff you want to ask the governor about. Scott's going to be on. That's why I said it's the All-American.
I can't think of a better way to start off the Independence Day celebrations than Wednesday night with the All-American show. I mean, really, come on.
All-American Outdoor Show. Governor Kelly Armstrong, Scotty Bachmeyer, and the Guns in the 701 boys.
Absolutely. And if you got questions, we would pose them to them at us. Just send them to guns at gunsinthe701.com. That's the email address you can send them to. And we'll get them to them. We'll actually ask them. Don't be a dick, but we will ask good questions. I mean,
right.
And that ain't just for Kelly. I do that with anybody. I mean, we've had Alex Ball. We've had a lot of people on here, and we ask good questions.
Alex got some of the most ridiculous accusations and questions, which he laughed off. Alex is he thought it was funny. So,
and I'm telling you what, I want to get Alex back on. In fact, I'd love to get him over here and get him out here shooting with us in person. I think it'd be
he sent me a text message yesterday. I'll have to share it with you about him and Michael Bell were talking about something. I'll let you know after the show. You and I will talk. We got a few things we got to talk about it.
There it is. I put it up there, guys. Any questions you got for Scott, for Kelly, for us next Wednesday? There you go. Guns in the
No, July 2nd.
Oh yeah, July 2nd. Not next
not next Wednesday.
Not next Wednesday. July 2nd. There you go.
Yeah. I don't have to work Thursday or Friday. I don't have to work the 3rd or the 4th. So it's, while Scott's a rancher here, you guys got some stuff to do. Kelly, he lives down in Whispering. I'll probably see Kelly the next day, actually, at Whispering Bay on the river.
I bet money I will be hanging. I bet I'll be in.
I'm actually going to put him on the hook and say, tell you what, I'm be in Whispering Bay. If I pull up to the dock there, you got a big juicy steak you can grill for old JD.
Hell yeah.
I know you can shoot. Now let's see your grilling skills.
There you go. And of course, coming up Friday, everybody, Mitchell in the morning, as always, 7:15 Mountain, 8:15 Central. And it's a call-in show. So call in, like I said. Call in to KFYR 1701-258-0550. Pretty easy. And if you got questions for us, call in and ask. I'll have a few things I'll send to Todd.
So. Hey, or if you're an anti-gun scumbag, go ahead and call in and think you're going to outsmart Clay and Todd on some gun stuff.
Give me a call.
I'm going to get these guys.
Good for you if you can try it. And I won't be able to cuss on there, and that's fine. Yeah. But I will tell you to go to pound it if I don't really think you got a legitimate, intelligent question. I was like, why don't you just shut up and go pound sand?
Hey, when we had the anti-gunners on here, the leftists, geez, JD, you really were throwing some F-bombs out. I like to swear, and my fuse was short today anyways because of a few things.
Mine too.
I'm not going to apologize for it. These people are complete anti-American dipshits. If I throw F-bombs out, tough shit for them. And I guess if you don't like it, I'm not going to apologize to you. Hey, like our man Brian Warner says, an exclamation point on shit.
Yep. No, and I'm telling you right now, like I told you off air, I have zero interest. People always go, well, you don't ever compromise. That's right, because generally the arena I'm in has to do with Second Amendment or constitutional rights. They're not up for debate. and they're not up for compromise. I am in no mood. I have no desire to compromise with a leftist communist piece of shit. I don't care. I don't care about their opinion.
You can't compromise with them because
I don't deal in opinions. I deal in fact, and I don't care what their opinion is. If they're wrong, they're wrong. And when it comes to constitutional amendments and the constitutional rights, I don't care.
Well, with a leftist, it's like if you told a coyote, "I'll let you eat one chicken if you promise not to come back and eat the rest of them."
Yeah, and then I'd be like, well, how about I just shoot you and then you'll never come back again? Second Amendment. There you go.
Oh, funny. So Clay, you couldn't make it on Michael's show.
No.
And I know he's having a medical procedure done and some guests. He was trying to get you on
Friday for filling in. It just, especially now with everything going on, I'm glad that I didn't commit because now that actually what I had planned got changed because of the of our medical issues going on with family members.
Yeah, so it's Michael's got him, you guys got him, so
I'm glad that I didn't commit to it.
Did you guys ever get one rescheduled then or not?
We didn't. I even kind of told them maybe we'll have to look at doing it next month, and maybe that's what we do. We'll see. I'm going to deal with this other stuff first, and then I'll get in touch with Michael. Not mad at Michael, nothing like that, everybody, but yeah, I definitely want to get back on Dakota mornings.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
yeah. All
right.
right,
Put
Clay.
the number down there again, 701-258-0550. Pretty easy to remember for KFYR on Friday morning. So think of any questions.
8:15 Central, 7:15 Mountain.
Absolutely. David, dudes that compromise their rights, share their ladies with other men. I love it. Perfect. So with that, yeah, I don't have anything else. We'll see everybody next week. I got a few good things lined up for.
Thanks, Cap. Appreciate you, buddy.
I got a pretty good happy ending Chronicle too.
I know I said before, Clay, I was going to do I didn't have a chance to do a poll. And I told Clay I was going to do a story I found to comparing what's better, 270 versus 308.
Yeah.
I might have to throw that poll up, and then we'll discuss it and break. Because Clay's a 270 guy. He knows lots about 270s. Dave Fettig, big. I love 308s too, to be honest with you. And I used to shoot the shit out of 308s. So we might do that if I get. I know I said it before, but if I got time, I'll put that up there. And maybe we'll do that because I like doing comparison shit like that. So.
Oh, yeah. And I love my 270. So, guys, on Friday, I can tell you that some of the things I'm going to have lined up, and you guys can ask about that too, is NRA is now, they've reactivated their public range grant program. And, of course, I was actively involved with that when I was there. And I definitely want to talk about that with Todd because North Dakota at that time, the Game and Fish, we tried to do work with them. They flat out told me they weren't interested in doing anything with the NRA. Hopefully that has changed since then.
Ridiculous.
It's been a lot of years, and I'll have to see if they are or not. Of course, there's an Arizona guy. He, let's just say he took out a cougar. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got new gun-free zones. We're at, trains and public transit. And remember, they keep...
Oh, for God's sake.
And I'll tell you where that's taking place.
They tried that shit before.
I think if we get time to do this, Federal has reintroduced the Upland paper shot shell. Now, if you guys don't know this, paper shot shells were common.
Yeah, for sure.
So they reintroduced it. Actually,
if you ever see Mad Max, Clay, that's why his shells didn't work. They were paper and they disintegrated on him, remember?
Yeah.
When he was in the double barrel there.
Oh, hey, Josh, he's late to the party. Well, we're about done, but hey.
Oh, Josh, you got to go back to the beginning. You missed some excitement there.
David,
not kidding.
Really, David? 270 was women's elk cartridge in the 80s. Fight me, Clay. Oh, my God. So, all right, that's what we got coming up. We'll see everybody on Friday, unless you got anything else you want to add. Again, remember, go down there, subscribe, like.
Hit that like button, yeah.
If you're listening, you got the over here. Point that way. You got the guns in the 701.
Yeah, we got to do it opposite.
Donation.
Yeah, it's up there.
Go ahead and hit that QR code, and then if you feel like giving us some love and support, that's an easy way to do it.
Clay's got that new subscription.
Yep, we're on YouTube. Check it out. Freedom Seed is one of them. And
Yeah. So Clay,
before
real quick here? What are the levels of the subscription again?
I don't honestly remember, Jamie. I'd have to go look it up because I kind of
we got 2,300 and some subscribers on YouTube. If just a fraction of you guys subscribed,
if you did $1 a month.
Honestly, Clay and I probably wouldn't even have to worry about sponsors, but.
No, we don't get us wrong. We love our
because I sent Clay a text. We might have lost one again, so we might be out searching here.
Oh well.
But yeah, that's the way it goes, man.
I gotta.
It's all part of doing business, Clay.
Right here, we'll put this up quick. There you go. You can see it. I'm gonna bring it back down, and that's our new Freedom Rod experience. It's gonna be two Freedom Rods. Yeah, so get a hold of me, and I'll get you more information when we're not.
The hand cannon and the thunder stick.
Yes, there you go. I think what I'm going to do is we'll do something live that I can kind of explain it. I'll get it up into the store again, but I'll do it on Twitter or on X because they don't care, and you'll have to tune in there. But we'll kind of give you
and Rumble,
all the places that actually allow freedom. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a sweet set. It's matched. It's going to be done by A&A Engraving. Got some gold and nickel on it. You're going to like it, everybody. You're going to love it. One Freedom Seed participation gets you on both of them. Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, appreciate everyone tuning in. Numbers were good. Those of you who were coming late, hey, check out the replay. And while you're there, if you go to CommieTube, YouTube, go ahead and like, subscribe, and check out
100% like it.
I think what we're going to probably do is you and me, Jamie, we're going to do a deal where we do some extra live shorts or something, but they're going to be specifically for membership, or we'll put some of those shorts you do on the range. You might be doing something and go, hey, you got something extra, but you got to subscribe and go check out the other part of it. So like
Waylon said he'll take some books to sell again.
We'll make it happen, Waylon, and I think these will be a lot.
He is the salesman of the year, actually.
He does a fantastic job.
Yes, he does.
But
love it.
Other than that, I guess have a great
weekend. One more thing, Clay.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys missed it, I was on with, in fact, we were talking about Scott Bachmeyer. I was on Saturday with Scott. We were talking some prairie dogs and other stuff. Go check that out on Scott's Dakota Prairie Outdoors YouTube channel. Pretty good show.
Good show.
A lot of people watched it. I appreciate everybody going on there and hitting that like button too. So I think Scott he actually picked up a few subs from that show.
He usually does.
I could be wrong, but
if I'd have really been on the ball, I'd have went and simulcasted it on ours. But
yeah, I appreciate having him asking me on. We had a good show there. Check that out, guys.
Yep.
So, what do we got? Not a mathematician, but NRA fights for guns minus North Dakota Game and Fish not working for ranges. Gay and Fish does not exist. I think you are a mathematician, actually. Compared to me, you are.
I think he's got her figured out. Yeah. I will know by Friday if I can get an answer from anybody to see if they're actually, participating in some of them grants now. But all right, everybody. Like I said, tune in Friday. Otherwise, have a great weekend. And hey, what do I always say? Keep your powder dry.
Catch y'all next week.